Shopify's freaking massive. $135 billion. Bam! They just went parabolic here. 2.6 million monthly organics to 13 million. And so that kind of makes me wonder, what did they do? Hey, I'm Sam O, and I'm a digital marketer of 17 years. Today, I'm going to try and reverse engineer Shopify's marketing strategy to figure out how they grew to become the behemoth that they are today. Shopify owns a huge chunk of the market share for e-commerce platforms. So how do they do it? I have no clue, but that's what I'm going to do today. Here we go. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to check out their organic traffic strategy. This is just mad. It doesn't look like much, but they went from around 500,000 organics all the way up to 2.5. And then all of a sudden, bam, they just went parabolic here. 2.6 million monthly organics to 13 million. And so that kind of makes me wonder, what did they do? So I'm going to head over to the top pages report, and this is going to show us the pages that drive the most search traffic to Shopify's site. And unsurprisingly, the top page is their homepage. So people are searching for the keyword Shopify. According to Ahrefs, 1.2 million monthly organics, which is just wild and a testament of how well they've actually grown their brand. This is pretty cool. This is a free tool on a business name generator that drives an estimated 360,000 monthly organic search visits. I sell blue paint. All right, so Blue Haven Paints. Wave. Okay, so let's look at Blue Haven Paints, and I bet you that this is going to go towards the sign up page. Yeah, so start your free trial. So that's basically what they're doing. And if you think about it, if somebody is searching in Google for business name generator, Shopify's page ranks at the top there. Shopify gets a new trial, and then they probably have a funnel that will work to convert that person into an actual Shopify customer. So I really like this idea. And I bet you there's actually a lot of tools that they've created. A logo maker, and I bet you it's the similar funnel here. So let's create our logo. All right, fashion. I'm going to be a fashionista today, and I want mine to be reliable. Reliable business. Oh, cool. All right, so we got some logos here. Congratulations, here's your new logo. All right, well, looks like you got to create an account. So that kind of makes sense. A little bit further off on the business value side, but I don't have access to their analytics, which is why I'm using Ahrefs. Continuing to go through their top pages. So something like, what is drop shipping? That makes sense for them to do because a lot of people are drop shippers who use Shopify. More tools like a slogan maker. An interesting thing here, a lot of like localized pages here, like India, UK, France. And if I had to guess, I bet you that they made a localized effort here and it boosted their search traffic. So let's actually see what happened at this time. We're seeing here that their largest influx of traffic looks like it actually came from localization. So like here, PH, I think that's Philippines. They've basically just translated the blog post into the native language here. You see the same thing here for France. It's that same logo generator thing, but they've just localized it, which makes a lot of sense. And yeah, so they're basically just driving a whole bunch of traffic from different countries through localization. So like US is probably where they started, and let's add some countries here and see what they've been doing. Yeah, so right around that time of the traffic spike, that huge spike in traffic is from localization. I actually want to see if any of this like organic traffic growth has had an impact on what's most important, their revenue. So let us get the annual report for 2023 first. So I'm going to go to ChatGPT. Is there anything in this about growing customers in other countries? Oh, yes, the report mentions growing customers in other countries. Well, will you look at that? Shopify emphasizes international growth and localization as part of its strategy. And we reverse engineered that, didn't we? Anyway, key points includes localization in Shopify Markets. Shopify Markets allows merchants to manage localized storefronts in different countries, and that's probably why they localized. By localizing to, for example, India, they can use their point of sale system there. Shopify Payments has been expanded to 23 countries with a focus on international adoption. You hear that? International adoption. That's very clear. And that also shows in their search traffic and why they like 6x, 8x, or whatever it was. Over 75% of eligible merchants now use Shopify Payments. And even if they take 0.1%, that's almost $236 million in additional revenue when they're processing that much in payments every single year. Just to take a fraction of a percent is all they need to make a significant impact on their revenue growth. Usually what happens with these larger companies is they find what works and then they scale it like crazy. And I think that's kind of what Shopify did here, is they were basically doing the, riding the SEO train here. So 444, and over like 2-3 years, they hit 2.8 million, which is really impressive. They find that magic bullet of like, hey, let's try to localize and see what happens. And then bam, 13 million. Wild, bananas. And so, they'll probably stay around here. And for a company like Shopify, yeah, like their organic search presence is massive, but there's definitely going to be more to it. I want to dig now into the paid search part. Yeah, so let's look at paid search, and we can use Ahrefs for this too. They're also actually getting a ton of traffic from paid search. So what is it that they're paying for? The average traffic cost was $1.2 million in paid ad spend. This is an estimation, but still, like, that's a lot of money. Maybe not if your company's worth $135 billion, but it's still a decent amount. So let's see what they are doing. Let's go to their paid pages report here. Looks like they're sending most of their paid traffic to localized pages. Oh, that's interesting. So when you pay for search ads, traffic to the US is usually going to cost the most. Same with the UK, same with Canada, same with Australia. People are going to be spending, money here. And so people know that they can bid on ads and potentially get positive ROI from their ad spend. But Shopify's not doing that. They are advertising to places like India and Brazil. There's massive traffic there, but conversion rates are usually much lower here. But the cost of clicks is also very much lower here too. For example, you might bid on, best e-commerce store, and in the US that might cost $6 to get one click. But in India, you might actually end up spending like 15 cents. So basically what Shopify has done is they've created these paid pages, which are, more or less all the same. So we have one here from India, and we have one here from Brazil. And it's not just that they've translated the actual language itself, but if you scroll down, you'll see these companies here. The company names are actually different because these are probably companies that people in India might be more familiar with. And that makes a whole lot of sense from a conversion standpoint. They're advertising to pages where there's likely to be a conversion event, like a free trial, which is like all of these top pages here. So that's basically what's happening with their paid pages. In terms of paid traffic, yeah, they've done a really good job with that. They've been very intentional with their paid ads, using social proof with companies that people in that locale would actually recognize and might be convinced to actually make a conversion event. But anyway, that is it for Google search paid ads, at least. And we'll take a look at their Facebook ads. Do not use Shopify. They won't help me, and I'm out of a lot of money. Ooh, spicy. They haven't posted on their Facebook social accounts since June 22nd, 2022. So 2.5 years ago. I'm not seeing anything here. What the heck? There's a picture of me here. Huh? Look at that. All right. Going back to what I was looking for. Page is currently running ads. So yeah, they're not using their Facebook page for engagement at all anymore, but they are using it for ads. So let's go and look at their ad library and see what Shopify is up to. So they have a ton of ads. Similar regional ads. So you see that they're actually pushing point of sale to local businesses, and it makes a whole lot of sense because what I would guess is that local businesses are less likely to churn. They're not advertising sales related things here or like free trials so much as you saw in their paid ads. Let's look at YouTube. Hey, who's that guy right there? Huh? Yeah, that's me. Anyway, Shopify. Let's look up Shopify. You can see here they have 445,000 subscribers, but then they have these testimonials and like they're getting like 212 views. And so I feel like I don't know what they're trying to accomplish here. Personally, what I would do if I were Shopify is I would use this channel more as a place to have like tutorials for Shopify, like how to do things on Shopify. And I bet you if we look at their popular videos, yeah, so these are probably from ads. What I would love to see from Shopify is to actually create tutorials that are specifically for Shopify, like how to use Shopify. And that's something that we've actually done here. We have many channels. So we have this channel that you're watching now. And then we also have one called Ahrefs Product Updates. And every week we have Rebecca. She creates these videos on new features that we've added to our software. The better that you can teach people to use your platform, the more likely they're going to stay for longer. And that is good when you run a recurring revenue business model, right? Makes a lot of sense. So basically, Shopify's main channel, more or less like a nothing burger. Like I don't think they're really doing much here, but I know that they have a second channel called Learn with Shopify. This channel is doing well, and they've gone with a talking head tutorial type channel, 1.5 million monthly views, 19,000 subscribers in the last month. They've gone and they've taken all their blog posts and then they've created videos on them. So they've repurposed them, and then they're going to go and they're going to embed that video into the blog post. So let's go and test my theory here. What is dropshipping? Boom! Makes a whole lot of sense. And so that's kind of their strategy here, is if you have a blog that has a lot of traffic, if you have a lot of content in there, you can very easily repurpose these into videos and reach an entirely new audience on YouTube. And that's what we actually did when I started this channel. Is I went to our blog, I looked at where we were getting traffic, exact same thing. And so Shopify, I don't think you're watching this video, but if you are, I think what would make a lot of sense is to do this for your localized videos. If they were to create Shopify ES or Shopify Spain channel, do they have one? I doubt it. Yeah, so they don't have it. And so like other people are taking that traffic when they can own it. Shopify, if you do that, you can send me a check, okay? I won't refuse. Marketing usually isn't about new and exciting things. It's about finding what works for the business and then repeating it over and over and over again, systemizing it, and eventually scaling. Even when we started our YouTube channel, we started making just tutorials, and it was like watching paint dry. But the thing is that things continue to go up and to the right, and we grew very quickly. Shopify did the same thing with their blog, and now their blog is at a place where they've gotten a ton of traffic. What do? They localized, and then they got even more traffic. And then what do? They took that over to a different platform with their Learn with Shopify channel, and they've now created this channel that is getting a whole bunch of YouTube search traffic, targeting the same keywords that they're getting from Google. Now, if you want to take after Shopify's model and you want to learn how to grow traffic to your site using search, then you can take our free SEO course for beginners right here on YouTube.